Hello, Falcon Paladin fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft2 Legacy of the Void, and today for your Sunday cast, we have a very, very special 4v4, best of 7 between players you may recognize. Game number 1 of this best of 7 will be on Primeval Wilds, and let's get right on into it. In the top section of the Primeval Wilds, we've got the orange Terran player. His name is PracticeX. His teammate, the purple Protoss player, KINGBARCODE. Got a green Zerg over here, Knight, and then a red Zerg player as well, named Best Zerg NA. In the bottom section of the map, Team South, we're going to call him the purple Zerg player, Stephano, the pink Protoss player, Scarlett, the blue Zerg player, NoRegret, and wrapping it up, the blue Terran player, Special. Are you kidding me? This Team South is absolutely stacked. All right, so the reason I'm casting this right now is because somebody posted about it on Reddit about 2 weeks ago and said there was an amazing 4v4 best of 7 show match played out on Twitch. Unfortunately, the Twitch stream that had it did not post an archive, so it's not available. Also, it was cast in Korean. I want to say, not actually cast in English at all. And so McMonroe, wow, that's hard to say 5 times fast. McMonroe. Anyway, he's the one who actually went ahead. One of these players up north is McMonroe, by the way. I believe it's Best Zerg NA, but I could be wrong about that. Went ahead and was a nice dude, uploaded all of the replays to Drop.sc. I grabbed them, I'm casting them, and here we are today. So I'm actually putting this on Reddit as well. So if you're watching from Reddit, hello. If you haven't heard of me, this is Falcon Paladin. I do a lot of Legacy of the Void stuff pretty much every single day of the week, pro level, amateur level, essentially a Bronze League Heroes as well every Friday, and she's to boot. So you should check it out. Obviously, there is information in the channel, youtube.com/FalconPaladin. So, regardless, it is a 4v4. Best of 7. I have never cast one of these before, and I feel like it's going to be quite an adventure for both you and me. So sit back, buckle up, and be ready for some intense 4v4 action, solo casted, mind you. Solo casted by somebody who has not watched these games before. So, let's go ahead and see exactly how this works out. For these teams, again, team games are very different compared to solo games. For example here, PracticeX has given a refinery tonight, so he didn't have to sacrifice a drone to get early gas up. Do I have anything else like that going on here? It's like everybody else has their own colored assimilators. Best Zerg NA has his own extractor here, but that's a nice little sharing maneuver from PracticeX. A lot of pinging going on, a lot of communication going on. That is really huge in 4v4s. Talking to your teammates, what am I going to make? This isn't a mono battle, so you have to decide what units to make. You don't have just one chosen for you at the beginning. So yeah, what are you going to make? When are we going to attack? Where are we going to attack? Do we have to defend? Is now the right time to attack this right side? Should we pull back to the middle and regroup? I don't know. Ling versus Ling action here. Knight versus NoRegret. NoRegret really known for his early Ling aggression. Early Ling aggression in latter games. I'm not going to call it cheese. He just likes doing stuff with Zerglings, and so do I. So I can't necessarily blame him for that. They're just so fast, and they hit so hard, and they're really squishy, and that's the trade-off, right? If anything really engages them, they die, with the exception of a few standard things. Ling's trying to get here into Scarlett's base from Knight. No regrets. Ling's are they going to win that battle? No, absolutely not. Whoa, Knight got a bunch of Zerglings here into Scarlett's. Oh, I was going to say into the mineral line, but instead some Cyclones and some Lings show up and do manage to chase them away. Phoenix are out for KINGBARCODE. He's killing Stephano's scouting overlord that made it all the way to the top side with that 0.9 move speed. Ling versus Ling action. Some Cyclones here from Special 2. Looks like he's going down the mech path, making an engineering bay. Probably just for missile turrets, though, just for detection and anti-air. That's generally how you'll want to do things. Overlord for Knight. I mean, just making sure nothing comes up from the south to kill them all is how that works. Phoenix Cloud for Scarlett getting a little bit big right now. She's got 3 of them compared to KINGBARCODE's 5, so he's winning that battle to this point, but it's not over yet. Definitely not. So, again, just small skirmishes here in game number 1. Just kind of feeling each other out, not quite sure what to expect from these teams. I'm pretty sure these specific teams have not played against each other before, which is why 4v4 is so exciting, because you're like, yeah, I know Scarlett. I mean, but do you know Scarlett's Protoss, right, is the question. Scarlett likes playing Protoss. Main's Zerg, obviously, and is very terrifying as a Zerg player in her own right. But Protoss also very fun. Also very fun for her, and is continuing to work on that Phoenix production, but does have, I was going to say, yes, there's a fleet beacon. I saw that in the production tab. So definitely a fleet beacon coming up. So we should see carriers here. That is something that is real strong in team games is the Sky Toss. If your teammates can cover you and keep you alive long enough to jump straight to carrier, early carriers are super, super good. Super good. All right, so Team North here, again, represented by players such as PracticeX and Bestserg NA, whatnot, are heading from the top to the bottom of this map. Roach is leading the charge. A lot of Roaches here from Bestzerg NA. A lot of Lings from Knight. What is he doing with his gas? I wonder if he's pooling, which just means donating your resources to another player. Phoenix from KINGBARCODE killing the Scouting Barracks of Special. Goodbye, Scouting Barracks of Special. Boop. Explosions and fireworks indeed. All right, Phoenix from Scarlett out front trying to lift and kill some of these Roaches. That's a go from PracticeX. We're moving. Got some tank support from PracticeX. Got a lot of Roaches from Bestserg NA. Got some Lings here from Knight, and he's actually getting a Roach form of his own, but it's not up quite yet. So this is an early 5-minute push. We're throwing up some static defense here. Stephano, he's trying to get some Spore Crawlers to deal with the Phoenix Cloud of Barcode, but no, not working out very well. These Roaches from Bestserg NA, good numbers of them. Ravager count, not super high actually. For Stephano right here, this is a very strong, very team-oriented attack out of Team North. What is over here? Lings from Knight trying to defend some kind of attack that was going on along the right side of that map. Crossbows landing, hitting mostly nothing. Overlords getting killed by the Phoenix Cloud. Thors are out for Special. Thors and tanks, but no, the Roaches of Bestserg NA do not care about that at all. Trying to win the ground army, but the ground battle, but no. Not exactly working. Another group of Roaches here from Bestserg NA trying to win this thing, trying to do it without attracting the attention of the Thors necessarily. Knights, Lings rolling in, trying to get involved at the same time. Stephano pushing from the right side, actually going to catch these Roaches that are perhaps trying to retreat. No way, they're continuing to push in. Phoenix battles, wow. Scarlett winning those Phoenix battles super well right now. It is currently 3-7. Scarlett has the lead in the Phoenix battles. Roach is getting behind Stephano's main mineral line. Phoenix from Scarlett forced to save the day here. They don't like lifting and killing Roaches because the Roaches are not light and don't take bonus damage from their attacks. But you know what? Desperate times call for desperate measures. You do what you got to do to help your teammates stay alive. The worst thing that can happen in a 4v4 is to lose one of your teammates, because then it's 3-on-4, and at this level, it's hard to overcome that kind of a discrepancy. I mean, maybe, again, depending on circumstances, you can do it, but for the most part, you want to keep everybody alive, especially, again, if everybody's really good. Maybe if your fourth player is a scrub, it doesn't matter if they die, but there are no scrubs in this game. None that I can see, anyway. Maybe you would have some different thoughts about that, but, I mean, we're 7 minutes in and no one's dead yet, so nobody's that bad. Right? Right. So many Roaches here from Knight and from Bestserg NA. I don't know about this. From Team North, the tank count from Special, if we can find that one, is... Oh, it's only 2? And he's making Thors. Maybe Roaches are the way to go. Perhaps I should not question these pro players as they make decisions of how best to play this game of StarCraft2. We'll just commentate the action and try to give you some context as to what is going on. Whew, Stephano's got Roaches, got Ravagers, NoRegret, got some Roaches mixed in here too, and a lot of Zerglings, but that Roach count is so big for the Christmas tree Roach Ball. Red and green trying to come up this ramp. I don't know about this. There are 2 tanks on the high ground from Special. The tanks are going to be invaluable against these Roach Balls. NoRegret trying to expand along the left side. Nope, forced and cancel there are Knight's Roaches. More Roaches coming on in from Bestzerg NA. Roaches from NoRegret trying to engage with the Roaches of Knight. Again, the confusion and the chaos has only begun in this 4v4 best of 7, ladies and gentlemen. This is not over yet. I can tell you that much. Oh, Phoenix finding individual Roaches and just obliterate. Look how fast they die. Lift, 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 die. Lift, 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 die. Lift, 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 die. Also, it helps. I guess there are NoRegret Roaches on the ground killing the ones that are left on the ground too, but NoRegret manages to expand. Someone's trying to get this gold base up here. I can't tell who it is, but I assume it's somebody from Team South. Corrosive Biles taking out a tank of PracticeX's from the low ground. Stephano using a scan from his teammate to get the Corrosive Biles up there. Again, that is why team games are so exciting. You can see combinations of units and skills that you would never otherwise see. Corrosive Biles whipping on pretty much everything there. Again, nothing is stationary right now, so Corrosive Biles shots usually are going to miss in that situation. Some nice Thor shots going on. These Phoenix, big time attack from the right side. So many Roaches here. We got to zoom it out a little bit. The chaos. Oh, man. Roaches trying to hold their own, but again, the tanks in the back are just causing so much carnage. Phoenix count way back up for Scarlett. Is she winning those sky battles as well? It sure darn near seems like she is. This base of Knights does not look like it is long for the world. Tanks are setting up Yeah, remember when I said Special had 2 tanks? He is up to 6 now and continuing to produce, well, actually continuing to make Thors. But regardless, Knight's going to lose the space. A Thor of PracticeX gets taken down as well. Team South looking to be in a fantastic position here. Yeah, Knight's base going to explode. And there it goes. Broodling's not doing much of anything at this stage of the game. Trying to expand to this left side is PracticeX, which is a little bit of fun for him. Phoenix, again, causing problems all over the place. 15 Phoenix for a barcode and 22 and a mothership. Did I mention there's a mothership here for Scarlett? So maybe it was just mothership. Maybe it's not carrier after all. You do need that fleet beacon for the mothership. So it makes a lot of sense. This counterattack is just looking devastating from Team South right now. Roaches and Ravagers at the top of the ramp. Nothing really preventing them from doing that. Really no resistance much at all except for a handful of Roaches here from Knight. They do have +1 missile attack, which is nice, but the same thing can be said of Stephano's Roaches. And yeah, Phoenix have air control. They're killing Overlords. Supply blocking Knight, possibly? Yes, just about supply blocking Knight. Problematic here. Cloaked Roaches, Cloaked Ravagers, not something you see every day. As mentioned previously here, Fleet Beacon for King Barcode is going to die. Did he have a mothership too? He does not have a mothership, nor any carriers. I'm not sure what that's for, but that's a good game out of Knight. Knight recognizes when he's beaten. He had nothing left, and Team North quickly capitulates, which means Team South is your winner in game number 1. NoRegret, Special, and Stephano and Scarlett are your winners here of the first game of this best of 7. So a early, decisive blow struck for Team South, for team recognizable names, more recognizable names, I suppose. But again, it's a best of 7. It's really early in this series. I would not get too confident if I was Team South at this point, but that was a very excellent hold in the southern section of the map. It was really nip and tuck. Anytime Phoenix are forced to deal with a Roach attack, you know things went a little bit nuts for you. But they managed to barely hold on, just making enough tanks, enough Thors, enough Roaches and Ravagers from Stephano, and enough Phoenix to hold that thing off. And then expanding here, twice expanding while killing a base of Knights, and then just getting up the ramp. And that was all she wrote. Tanks from Special were integral in that victory. Just cannot overstate how important those were with that bonus damage versus armored and the +2 attack that he managed to get in 11 minutes too. All right, game 2 of the best of 7 4v4. We'll come back with Falcon Paladin in just a second. Game number 2 of this best of 7 4v4 will continue on Last Remnant. And let's get right on into it. Team South this time around is going to be represented by the blue Terran player Special, the yellow Zerg player this time Stephano, his teammate the red Zerg player NoRegret, and in fact we have another pink Protoss player named Scarlett. And up north, Team North represented by the blue Zerg player Best Zerg NA, his teammate the purple Zerg Knight. We've got the orange Terran player PracticeX, and yes, the purple Protoss player KINGBARCODE. So nothing crazy here has happened, no switches. We have another refinery being tossed down by PracticeX to help his Zergy teammate to get that gas up sooner while not sacrificing drones. Again, it's an interesting method. I don't know that I've ever actually seen before in a game that I've casted, but haven't actually cast all that many 4v4s or team games in general. So perhaps that is just on me. I have played a lot of 3v3s, though, and haven't seen that, at least on my team. Maybe the other teams have done it all the time. Perhaps. All right, so Team South with a fairly comfortable 1-0 lead. But again, don't rest on your laurels when you're up 1-0. That is not what best of 7s are all about, man. Not at all. You can easily find yourself down 2-1 if you drop a couple games in a row. Not that I'm expecting that to happen from this team down south, but it could. I mean, StarCraft team games are finicky. Crazy stuff can happen. Sometimes the battles are so big the frame rate drops a lot and micro's nearly impossible, and that could actually even the playing field a little bit. So we'll have to see. We'll see what happens here today. Anything different expecting from this game? What do you think? Is Scarlett going to go for Phoenix again? Possibly. Is Stephano going to go for those Roaches and the Ravagers? Sure, why not? Special going to support with Mech. I mean, it seems like everybody has their own clearly defined roles of what they're doing. Special more of a support guy with his tanks and his Thors, whereas Roaches and Ravagers and Stephano in the front, and then Phoenix kind of cleaning up everything else that is left behind, and NoRegret just making Zerglings, I think. That's how that worked in game 1. But again, every game is different. You can't really say you know what's going to happen based on what happened in game 1. Zerglings, hey look, from NoRegret are out. They're out early. Ladies and gentlemen, let's follow them in their journey to try to kill some stuff. Are they going to be able to kill a drone? They're going to be able to kill a probe, an SCV possibly. They're going to get into this mineral line of barcode maybe, but no. So defensive wings do manage to show up here. 3 each from Knight and Besserg NA, but more Lings coming up here from Night End. I can never call who's going to win these things, but it looks like Night End. Wow. Ends up winning that with 3 Lings to spare, going back after these probes of Barcode, running valiantly afterwards is Best Zerg NA, or rather, that's Knight. Is that Knight? That's Knight. Yeah, the purple ones are Knight. And yeah, they managed to chase him out there. So this is what teamwork's all about. Barcode, you just rush to Phoenix. You don't worry about anything else. We will defend you from whatever happens to try to kill you. Defense, says PracticeX. And you get those Phoenix up because we know we need them. We need them when there's a Protoss player on the other team. And the Phoenix cloud gets big. Phoenix versus Phoenix, a good answer. Really keeps anybody from really engaging too hard at you, lifting all of your stuff and killing it if there are also Phoenix rocking you from the other side. Makes a lot of sense. Is that Cloak Banshee? Yes, Special's going for Cloak Banshee, ladies and gentlemen. That is pretty fantastic. I do like to see sneaky stuff. Dark Templar, Cloak Banshee, or is actually PracticeX doing the same thing? He's also going for Cloak. Okay, this could be good. King Barcode killing Scouting Overlords. Not moving out with the Phoenix quite yet. The flock is not big enough to support that kind of a decision. Yeah, it looks like we're just gathering. Roaches, Lings, some Hellions here from PracticeX. Banshee, says PracticeX. So afraid he fat fingers it. Does this Banshee have Cloak? I don't know. Oh, no, it didn't. It did not have Cloak yet and got mercilessly picked out of the sky by these Phoenix of King Barcode. Lings are running down this right side. Care for DT. Does that mean be careful? Careful, DT? Very well could be here. Phoenix lifting and killing Lings. Not a good use of their energy, but if there's nothing else to do, why not? Why not, I think. There are some rocks you can use to attack this back door of Team South, but they have an Overlord placed from NoRegret, scouting that eventuality quite well. Wow, Lings just going for it, man. Here at Team South's front door, and trying to knock down Cybercore, trying to knock down a supply depot. Some Hellions from PracticeX joining the party as well, trying to kill SCVs that are repairing. Forced to pull all the boys. Is Special, not all of them, but a lot of the boys. Cyclone pops out from Special. That range attack going to be good. Cloak Banshee from PracticeX trying to get in, get some damage done, but no missile turret. And Phoenix making sure that doesn't actually happen here. Will the supply depot end up falling? No, the repair is too good. The Phoenix, too good. The defensive Lings here. Also assisting. So the front door holds. Cybernetics core down to 86 total hit points, which is horrible. Yeah, going to knock down these rocks, forcing the Overlord away. Is King Barcode saying, don't look at these rocks. These rocks, nothing's happening here. Don't look this way. Go that way. Die, actually. You know what? Dying is probably a better use of your time. And Ion Pulse Crystals being researched by Barcode 2, getting that range, which again is so important on that Phoenix versus Phoenix action. Lings and Roaches working together to knock down this back door. And I don't know that Team South is aware of this. No, absolutely not. What is that? Cloak Banshee trying to get some drone kills up north, but Spore Crawler up, Queen up, Overseer Cocoon here at Best Zerg NA's base 2. But guess what? Zerglings are in. They are in Scarlett's base. Defensive Banelings killing a lot of these Lings, though. That was very nicely done from NoRegret, or perhaps those were Stephano Banelings. I don't actually know. NoRegret Banelings is what they were. Probes, perhaps not clear. Perhaps this was not a clear place to attack. Roaches, lifting the Cyclones, or the Phoenix of Barcode. Excellent job getting them out of the picture so the Roaches can pick off this base. Wow. Scarlett ends up losing that Nexus quite efficiently there to these Roaches. They got the +1 attack at the 6-minute mark, which is a pretty nice thing to have. And are they happy with their kill? It looks like they're very pleased with their kill. And they're going to go back home. Cloak Banshee again does get in this mineral line of King Barcode. He never got detection. He never did, but a scan and then a finish off with a lock-on ability makes that Banshee die. How many workers do you have left? Barcode 36. I was going to say that's the fewest, but PracticeX only has 27. NoRegret only has 25 too. Very low worker counts here at the 6.5-minute mark, but I guess when there's this much aggression going on, you can't exactly macro your heart off like you would prefer. PracticeX trying to get a base, but NoRegret sends a billion Zerglings in and says, no, how about you don't put a base here? How does that sound? Oh, lifting, look at this, lifting his own Cyclones to save them so the Roaches have time to come in and get rid of these Zerglings. What a baller move from King Barcode. That was wonderful. And saves them. Look at this. Cyclones owe their lives to that Phoenix, or those two Phoenix, whoever they were. We will probably never know their names. Sniff, sniff. A lot of expanding going on. People taking bases all over the place. I mean, it's fairly nuts right now. Infestation Pit from Stephano. Getting some Ravens, and Corvid Reactor is special, which indicates that he probably wants to make a bunch of Ravens, if I had to guess. That is what that means. If you have the Corvid Reactor upgrade. Yep, there's another mothership out of the Scarlett. And carrier production has begun from KINGBARCODE. Wow, does anybody have them yet? KINGBARCODE has one. He's making 5 at a time, and none in production at all right now for Scarlett. This could be a huge advantage for Team North if this carrier group gets big and there's really nothing to handle them. Phoenix not particularly good against carriers, especially not if there's some kind of anti-air on the ground murdering them while they're trying to take the carriers down. SCV lifted and killed and body thrown down. Where the Nidus Worm in the bottom left, ladies and gentlemen. Roaches suddenly in Stephano's expansion in your base, killing your dudes. Do we kill the hatchery? Absolutely, you need to kill the hatchery. Don't worry about the static defense. Why are you killing spore crawlers? You have burrow? No, you don't even have burrow. Okay, so base goes down from Stephano. Another engagement on the right. Roach is trying to get in, but the Phoenix were there. Phoenix, however, are not here, and retreating back into the safety of the Nidus Worm is Knight. And then the Nidus Worm dies. Replanting his base immediately is Stephano because he's a good pro. Another Phoenix here, or Phoenix, Banshee from PracticeX trying to do some stuff. No, the Phoenix are really not interested in making that one happen either. Corruptor Ball from NoRegret. Does that mean he's going to go for... is he going to go for Broodlord? Is my question. I don't think he has a hive. I do not see a hive out of any of these bases. This is definitely a lair. Okay, there's the hive upgrade. Hive upgrade at 9 minutes from NoRegret. So we went from Massling to effectively Broodlord in about 10 minutes, which is fun. You can do that stuff in team games. You don't have to have a mid-game necessarily, although it's good if you can assist your team with the mid-game. I think. A lot of missile turrets in this no man's land right here. Flying unit's going to have a very hard time. Caustic spraying down a missile turret. The range on that, pretty good. As it turns out, Corrosive Vials hitting, I guess, a Phoenix by accident. Getting too close to the front, though, means you die. Another Nidus Worm coming up. It's NoRegret's expansion this time. Roach is trying to kill these Zerglings before they kill the Nidus Worm, and they do manage to shoo them away. Lynx from NoRegret trying to stop it, too. But is he actually going to force a cancel on this hive is the question of the day, and it looks very much like he is going to be able to here. There are Corruptors flying impotently in the sky. Another Nidus Worm going to erupt here. Phoenix once again forced to save the day against these Roaches. They're coming into NoRegret's base trying to kill more and more of these drones, but by golly, those Phoenix are good. Nidus Worm erupting from Bestberg NA. Nothing coming out of it, though, and Lynx should be able to shut that thing down very, very quickly. Needs Sarah. They have errors, says PracticeX. I don't know what that means. Oh, Stephano trying to expand, but Bestberg NA says no. No, Bestberg says not really allowed. Not going to happen in the tiniest bit. All right, so Hive is there. Is he going to go Greater Spire? Well, there's the Spire. Another Nidus Worm attempt. All right, man. The Changeling providing that vision. Lings from NoRegret going to shut this thing down too. I don't know if anything's going to come out of this guy either. It's just kind of keeping Team South at home a little bit. Yeah, nothing comes out. And it dies. Another Nidus Worm. The Niduses are pinning everybody down. And an attack coming in here from Team North. Going to actually take out Special's attempt at holding this gold base. There are a lot of Vikings in the sky. And a lot of anti-armor missiles attacking here too. The red carriers taking that splash damage and the -3 armor, but the Nidus erupting with Roaches into NoRegret's expansion. He might be worried about the front, which he probably should be worried about here. Phoenix, again, versus Carrier. A couple Carriers of Scarlett's own, but mostly Phoenix. He's really doing a lot better than I anticipated against these Carriers. Is there any anti-air? These Vikings, man. These Vikings absolutely intended to wreck those Carriers, but this Roach group somehow from Best Zerg just took out a hatchery. A hive, rather, of NoRegret. He did start his Greater Spire, and it's almost done, so that will be useful. And it killed another base of NoRegret. NoRegret is on one base. Ladies and gentlemen, sure the Roaches aren't going to get home. Well, maybe they are. I don't know. Where are they going? Their Nidus Worm is dead. It's a Cyclone trying to kill them. Some drones transferring to Stephano at the exact wrong time, but actually ignoring them, going for this base of Scarlet's, this Nexus of Scarlet's here. And small engagements all over the place, but I think these Roaches, are they going to be enough to take down this Nexus? The answer is no. The Phoenix Cloud is too big. Scarlett Phoenix Cloud is currently 35 with 5 carriers. What? That's insanity. +2/+1 for her sky units. Thors have +1 attack for PracticeX. And yeah, Cloaked Planetary Fortress. Not something you see every day either. Cloaked Infestors. Cloaked Ravagers. That Overlord not get cloaked? Oh, it does. It does if it gets close enough. That's what it has to do, though, is get close enough. Viking count for special is actually kind of disgusting. 29 of them. 29 Vikings. They are carrier killing machines with that extra range, with the bonus damage. Actually, what am I talking? Do they not? Wow, I thought they did bonus damage versus armored units, but they don't. They just shoot from really far away. Knight trying to take a base along this right side. Not allowed here by Team South at all. Broodlord out. How many Broodlords are there? Just the one? Well, not any. Well, 2. There's 2 of them in this flock. Abducting a Thor player. PracticeX's. The Thor is trying to get that splash damage on. Oh, the fungal on the Vikings. A big time problem here. And just taking them out before they can retreat. Again, close range combat is not the Vikings' strong suit. And that Viking count has been dropped to 0. There's a Raven left. First special, another Nidus Swarm erupts. Where is it? Here it is. Here it is. Little spark of blue coming up to get rid of the space of Scarlett. He wants to finish the job, but continuing to push up this ramp and over this cliff is Team North. Overseer's here to scout for Knight, getting picked off by Corruptors and by Carriers. The frame rate is struggling, ladies and gentlemen. I talked about this. I talked about this previously. Some infested Terrans from Knight, too, because why not? Why not have those? I don't actually know. The base from Scarlett does end up getting killed by these roaches. The engagement continuing. The giant combined death ball of 3 players involved here. Actually, Bestberg NA is in this battle, too. All 4 players are represented in here. Thors. All that's left for Team South here, they've got a mothership, bunch of Phoenix, and some Corruptor. It's not a great composition. Not a great composition at all. Are these roaches still doing stuff? Oh my gosh. Best Zerg has taken out another base of NoRegrets and going to kill another base of NoRegrets, but it doesn't matter. Team South taps out before it can go down, and Team North wins game number 2. Super, super impressive maneuver here. Again, teamwork. Teamwork at the front, and then these roaches, MVPs. MVPs of the match, in my opinion. Killing what? Killing this base twice. Effectively killing this base. Canceling a hive, right, of NoRegret, and then picking off a nexus of Scarlett's 2. She ends up with 1 base. That's it. That's all that she has in this game, and you can't do it. Even if you're getting fed, it's hard to keep this thing alive. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at this chaos. Look at it. Look at the chaos. I don't even, like, what is even going on here? It's a lot of cloaked stuff. It's a lot of Hydralisks and Thors and Vikings. Shoof. Shoof, that actually might be the thumbnail for this episode. All right, that's enough for game 2. We have so many more games to go, you guys. Let's come back with game number 3 of this best of 7. We're tied up 1-1, ladies and gentlemen. See what game 3 has to offer in just a second. The 4v4 insanity will continue with the game on Old Estate. You know the players by now, but let's just make sure we know where everybody is. In the top side of Old Estate, where there's some kind of a bright light shining on everybody, we have the pink Zerg player, Stephano. The red Zerg player, NoRegret. We've got the blue Terran player, Special, and then a purple Protoss player, Scarlett. And in the south, Team South, because it's more of a southwest kind of a thing, is the yellow Terran player, PracticeX. His teammate, the blue Protoss player, Knight. Oh, going Protoss instead of Zerg this time. The green Zerg player, Best Zerg NA, which stands for North America, I have to assume. And then a purple Protoss player, KINGBARCODE. So 2 Protoss here on Old Estate. Do you see how washed out this is? There's like a really harsh spotlight, like from a helicopter, shining down on this right now. And it's kind of pretty, but it also kind of weirds me out. It makes me want to squint when there's really no reason to squint. It's not like it's actually bright. Maybe it is. Is that how that works? If something is brightly colored on your game, does it mean it's bright enough to make you actually squint? I don't know how video games work. I just play them. I don't make them. Refinery here from PracticeX. Again, helping out Our friend Best Zerg NA getting his gas. That looks, it's just so strange seeing drones come out of there and seeing the creep in there too. It kind of gets into the building and up along the edges. Oh, that's so weird. That's so weird. I guess sometimes the Zerg and the Terrans have worked together though, so maybe it's not as strange. Perhaps it's not as strange as I thought it was going to be. Lots of pinging. You've noticed the pinging sound pretty much consistently throughout this cast, and that's because there's a lot of communication and a lot of teamwork going on, trying to see what is Team North doing. Team North, again, very tricky. Again, it's 1-1 right now, so we're in a best of 5. We restarted this whole thing. I know you think you just watched a bunch of StarCraft, but no. No, you haven't. We just started a best of 5 between these two teams, effectively. The first team to get to 3 wins the whole darn thing. Sounds redundant, right? First one to get to 3 wins, but that, trust me, that's how that works. I have a communications degree. Not in broadcast though, mind you, in print. So that's incredibly useful to the thing that I'm doing right now. What are we doing here? What should we expect to see here? Oh, never mind. Oh, wait, no, those are, yeah, these are friendly units. These are friendly units up here. What was attacking? Did something die? No, no one's lost a single thing right now. But there is a Reaper moving out from Special. Oh, is that what it was? The Reaper was trying to kill stuff and they're getting chased by Lings. Yeah, that's what it was. Why are you on the creep? I guess just scouting. Whoop. Hopping up. Haha. See you later, Zerglings. You think they'd be able to jump. They probably have very powerful legs, right? Marines chasing them too in this very washed out place. Phoenix once again popping out here for Barcode. Oops, speed's finished, and Reaper dead. There's nowhere for you to go, Reaper, sorry. Alright, first kill. First kill, first blood. Possibly an Overlord has died too. I don't know. Too much to keep track of. Way too much for one person solo cast to keep track of. Feed 4-Bolt. Who is 4-Bolt, and why are we feeding them? Again, feeding is just a term where you give resources to a teammate, because resource trading is the thing in team games in StarCraft. You can give somebody all your gas and have them make a giant mutaflock, and it's awesome. Maybe that's the reason both teams are going for Phoenix so much, is because giant mutaflocks are actually really hard to stop. Unless you have Phoenix, in that case you kind of stop them in their tracks for the most part, at least at this level. That is the case. But again, this looks like more of a macro-style game than we've seen. I know the last game was a little bit longer, but it seems like there was more aggression towards the early parts of that game, and I think part of that is because Old Estate only has one way in. You have this one ramp here, and you have the one ramp here. And are there back doors? I mean, it looks like everything's pretty well contained. You can get dropped, obviously. You can worry about Phoenix and Banshees and Mutas and stuff, but I mean, is this a back door? No, this is even a back door. This is contained as well. So there's no rocks to knock down, no sneaky way to get in and get Ling attacks. You have to go through the front door or drop. And it's just with the Phoenix out, dropping's really hard too. Look at this Phoenix group from Barcode, already out. Trying to do stuff on the other side of the map. Phoenix count, I'm assuming, I'm going to assume, and I might be wrong, that Phoenix is making, Scarlett is making Phoenix of her own, and she is. And she is. Going carrier, yeah, probably going carrier again. Although I don't see their fleet beacon right now. Phoenix count for ping Garcode actually pretty big right now. What are we looking at? 11-8. Yeah. No, Scarlett actually has the advantage, but some throws are out for special, and splash damage for that attack from a Thor to a Phoenix is fairly devastating for groups. Good against Phoenix, good against groups of Mutas too. That's what Thor anti-air is intended for. Okay, so basically, since there are tons of safe bases to take, every safe base has been taken right now. You can see PracticeX taking his couple 2 expansions here. Everybody has 3 bases except for KINGBARCODE. That seems to be the pattern here, is the Protoss players don't need more than 2 bases. I'm assuming they're getting fed. I assume they're getting fed by the players that are expanding, that can actually macro up a little bit faster, especially the Zergs, and maybe just send their gas to their friend. Make that carrier group big. Anyway, yeah, macro style game. Both teams just kind of being patient. Being very patient right now. That's a fleet beacon for Knight. Is he going carrier too? Are we going to have 2 Skytoss armies for Team South here? That would be interesting. That would be actually, I feel like that'd be hard for Scarlett to handle, is 2 full Skytoss armies versus her 1 Skytoss army. You'd really need some help from your teammates here. Maybe some Corruptors out of the Zerg players, some Thors and Vikings from Special. Although considering the way those Vikings got wrecked in the last game, I am not sure that he wants to go Viking again. Maybe he does. Perhaps he does. I'm gonna find something to follow here for a minute. Where my Phoenix at? Here my Phoenix at. Let's follow them. Whee! Flying around, looking at the weeds on the ground. They scanned me, says Knight. Yes, Knight. There's a lot of scanning going on in this game. Don't worry about it. I'd say that map control pretty much belongs to Team South right now. Team North doesn't have a presence anywhere. No scouting overlords, no nothing. No Phoenix incursions to the south either. I find their way out. What the Swarm Host? Swarm Host popping for best Zerg. What on earth, dude? Swarm Hosts aren't good. Are they good? Maybe they're good. Wow. All right, man. Swarm Host, Tempest in production here from Barcode. So here's a confession. I keep seeing this and reading King Cobra, and that's because there is a C, O, and a B, and an R, and an A there. Like King Cobra totally makes sense if you're dyslexic, which apparently I am a little bit. Anyway, that's a lot of Hydras from NoRegret, actually. What does he got? +1 attack on those guys? Yeah. And expanding in a not safe location is NoRegret. First not safe expansion taken by NoRegret. And actually, Knight coming down to expand in his non-safe location, too. And by not safe, I just mean it's not protected. Oh, wait. Is there a back door? There is a back door right here. Why didn't... Oh, man, I'm so dumb. This whole time, I didn't think there was a back door, but there is. This and... The other side of the map have this feature? Oh, it was right here, but it's dead now. Yes, I'm an idiot. You can actually... There was a back door, but it was covered. I wonder why everybody's so macros heavy then on Old Estate. What is it? Oh, Swarmo's trying to do stuff. They get a free Hellion, I guess that's nice. But otherwise, they're not going to be able to do much. They're going to expire before they do anything at all. And I think a bunch of the Swarmos got killed and picked up and killed by Phoenix. Oh, here they come. If they weren't before, they're dead now. Yeah, there's one. Another guy tries to escape down to the south. A lot of Rotider here from NoRegret. Heading from the north to the south. Kind of by himself, though. Again, your army can feel very strong. And it would be strong in a 1v1. But in a situation where there are 4 other people on the other team, you can't go by yourself. You just can't. It's a bad idea. Don't do it. Still making Swarm Host, man. I don't know about this best Zerg. Who Knightest? Who Knightest? Oh, right here. Okay, so Knightest towards the front did NoRegret just for a reinforcing kind of a thing. Zerglings running into NoRegret's attempt to expand, and again, the fairly unsafe location at this point. Losing a couple drones in the process, but otherwise not that big of a deal. That is another Nidus Worm sound. Okay, here it is. Okay. So NoRegret is actually using it in the way that Nidus Canals are used in Brood War, where you can't put them anywhere but on creep. And they only shuttle back and forth from one Nidus Canal to another, but you can reinforce from your bases very quickly to another base. It's more of a defensive thing rather than an offensive thing, and that's what NoRegret is doing today. This is defensive. This, if he needs to get units to defend this base again, he can get them there very, very quickly. The Nidus Worm will assist with that with its gross-looking tongue. Bleh. So gross. So very, very gross. Another Nidus Worm here. It looks like, yeah, I'm going to guess NoRegret's going to try to take this gold and have a Nidus Worm with which to reinforce it if necessary here, too. One of the most fun animations in the game, really. I mean, even if you hate the sound and you hate the Swarm Host, which I get, ejects a single drone. Blorp. And make a hatchery. Good. God, 10 minutes in and no real major engagements so far. This is a solo caster's worst nightmare, man. This is where I'd be having a conversation with a duo caster, which is something that I actually do with the Gauntlet. Twitch.tv/GauntletSC2, the Gauntlet Global Open, pretty much every Sunday. I cast with them and Just Jordan. It's a good time. And yeah, I'd be talking with Just Jordan about other stuff. But talking to myself about things. Not as exciting. I did a survey, and people said, no, not exciting. Not exciting. Was there attempted swarm host stuff over here? I feel like there was attempted swarm host stuff, and it might have done some work, but again, Phoenix, making sure not too much work. Not too much work indeed. Okay, this feels like one of those games that's just going to be a lot of build-up, and then just a humongous explosion, and then somebody's going to win. So, is this it? Roach Ravager on the ground versus Roach Hydra from NoRegret. Tempest fired on something over there. I don't know, maybe an interceptor? That's a really bad target for your Tempest. Don't do that. Don't attack interceptors with your Tempest. It's really horrifically bad. Yep, Locust trying to get down here and help with the ground army, but all of them are getting killed. Anti-armor on top of all this stuff, though. Anti-armor helping there with the Raven hit, not necessarily for the damage done, but dropping the armor on those guys by 3. Not bunching up. Don't bunch up, says Barcode. That's true. Don't do that. Oh, abducting a couple of the carriers and Tempest to die inside the Maelstrom here. But again, more anti-armor coming in on top of all of these Hydralisks and this Overseer. And this is just no major frame rate problems. But I can't even tell who's winning right now. There's a lot of cloaked stuff. The Phoenix on the left side look like they're doing pretty well for Knights. These are Knights, right? No, those are KINGBARCODEs. Dang it. Carriers back here. These are Knights carriers, though. Trying to do stuff. The Hydras on the ground are actually not target firing carriers that well. But a good abduct here. Look, the abducts from Stephano have been pretty on point. Battle cruisers are out for PracticeX and actually getting disabled. Disruption Matrix getting thrown down on them. Interference Matrix, rather. So they're pulling back to the back here. And it looks like Team North is slowly but surely pushing forward here across the blood-soaked ground. Are they going to win this thing despite the fact that a lot of their units have that anti-armor debuff? I don't know. Parasitic Bomb being tossed down from an unseen Viper, and that's a rip from Knight. PracticeX complaining about the lag, which I can understand. If I can hardly watch this without lag, I don't even know how it was when they were playing it. Some Infested Terrans tossed down from Stephano going after best Zerg's base. That mothership couldn't scan. Couldn't scan. Oh, they couldn't even see the stuff because the mothership was cloaking most of it. Oh, that's terrible. Frontal Nidus, yep, Frontal Nidus Worm from NoRegret. Reinforcements immediately to the front here. Hydralisks joining the party. Some defensive roaches trying to do stuff, but that's a good game out of KINGBARCODE. He taps out. First of all, another huge attack from the Skytoss army of Scarlett with some Infestor support, and that's it. Team South is tapped out. Team North is your winner. They take a 2-1 lead here in this best of 7, again, which is a wonderful place to be, where you want to be, but again, it's just not over yet. It's just not over yet. Oh, I mean, it was that big battle. As Barcode said, they couldn't, nobody could scan. It wasn't able to scan. A lot of these units were invisible, and they just won that big battle pretty handily. Army size at the end of this game is usually a pretty good indicator. 159, 188, 194, and 200 for Team North. 72, 106, 133, and 113 for Team South. Yeah, they just didn't have nearly enough to keep going there, so they tapped out. Smart. Smart job. Okay, game at number 4 from this best of 7. About halfway done, assuming we go 7 games, which, I don't know, will we? Maybe. We'll find out. We'll come at you in just a second. Game number 4 of this best of 7 4v4 will be held on Rooftop Terrace and will be between the players you've already seen. Again, no surprises, but let's check their races real quick. Red Zerg player Stephano in the north. Pink player Scarlett playing Protoss. The blue Terran player Special and the yellow player NoRegret. Yes, everybody is playing their same races. No surprises here. And in the south, we have the team that is down 2-1. The purple Terran player PracticeX, the purple Protoss player KINGBARCODE, and we've got Knight and Best Zerg both playing Zerg again. I mean, it would be really weird if Best Zerg NA went Terran or something, but it seems entirely possible. So Rooftop Terrace, a big map, as you could tell by the mini map on the left side here. Overlords coming down, scouting as fast as they can, but they are slow. They are real slow despite their 0.9 move speed. I'll feed 4-Bolt some. Who is 4-Bolt? Somebody's 4-Bolt. Also, somebody here is McMonroe. I don't know who it is. I feel bad. I know he's a Zerg player, so this could be him. I'm pretty sure Knight is someone else that I've heard of So if it's not best Zerg NA, it kind of fits with his personality too. He's an American Zerg player who is pretty brash. He plays for Sloth Esports. McMonroe does. I can't find anything connecting him to best Zerg NA, but who knows? It's a Smurf account. These guys have so many Smurf accounts. No idea. No idea how many there are. All right, no scouts. Are they all inning, says KINGBARCODE. That's actually a good thing to note. If there's no worker scouting at all from the other team in a team game, it's very possible they don't care what you have. They're going to go for early Lings, early Marines, early Hellions, that sort of thing. Maybe some Stalker pressure too. Seems possible. Actually, double gateway here from Scarlett. Have we seen her go double gateway? She's got the double gas going, so I feel like we'll see Phoenix eventually, but possibly some Stalker play. I wouldn't put it past her, honestly. Look, I'm sure it gets a little boring just going straight Phoenix, Carrier, Mothership every game, but I could be wrong. Maybe that's the best thing in the whole world, and you never ever get tired of it here. Pretty good micro on display from Best Zerg. Not losing any drones, not losing any Lings until that one. And waiting for that Queen to pop. Queen is the decider here in a ZVZ. Little engagement. Also some reinforcements from Knight. Make sure that doesn't happen. They're all in. They super all in, says KINGBARCODE. All right, man. Hold your horses. Yeah, Lings. A probe coming down here. Scarlett from the north. Another probe. Oh, forward pylon. Forward pylon here. That is interesting. Look at this, though. NoRegret. Pulling back. I mean, if you're going to be aggressive. Oh, Banelings. That's why. Pulling back for Banelings. All right. Seems entirely fair. Oh, finds a forward pylon. Just PracticeX. Or forward probe, rather. Kills that. Did not find the pylon. I apologize. And that's a forward gateway. Out of Scarlett, too. Yeesh. And so many Zerglings from NoRegret and Stephano. Stephano making Lings. This is definitely all in. The Banelings trying to get hits on something. And nope. Hit by a Queen from distance. Not happening. Got some Lings, got some Hellions here. It looks like both of the Terran players are here with Hellions. Is it working very well? I don't know. I don't know if it's working very well. Some Hellions getting picked off. And are they going to find this thing is the question. Knight ran right past this. Right past it. They're going to want to kill it. Oh, Scarlett did bring some Stalkers up to attack this other front door. Trying to get in a position where they can't get surrounded. Mostly works. But they're still dead anyway. Still completely dead here. Ling versus Ling action. Baneling trying to get hit from NoRegret. No, pulling back in time are the Speedlings. There we go. Peeling off a couple Lings to make sure they explode on them instead of a whole group. And at the same time trying to finish off this gateway, but no defending it. Here is Stephano with his Zergling. Some Stalkers from Scarlett 2 trying to defend. Special's got some Hellions trying to defend. More Stalkers warping in. Is it actually going to be enough? Might actually be enough to save this thing, ladies and gentlemen. I did not expect that to happen, but this is our focal point of the battle right now at this forward warp gate. Oh, boy. Is it? I mean, just Lings keep popping in. Just Stalkers with the warp in here. 4 kills, 6 kills on these Stalkers before they go down. It might be enough. Blue Flame's done for PracticeX. Phoenix flying in from KINGBARCODE. And yeah, I don't see any more stuff warping in. I don't see any Team North colors here except, okay, Stephano's got a handful of Lings, but is it enough? No. Definitely not. Stop sending me gas, says Best Zerg. All right, man. I guess we could do that. That seems entirely fair. Zerglings counterattacking from the south to the north. Actually, no, these are retreating. Those are not Team South Lings at all. Those are red and blue. They're Captain America colors. Nope, Lings from Stephano managed to get in. Here to Best Zerg's base, but the Blue Flames just kind of scare him away. Don't actually, oh, wait. And finally, the warp gate ends up going down. More Lings streaming in from NoRegret, coming from Stephano. More Stalkers, Cyclones mixed in from Special, and some Hellions. Here, too. Counterattack time, says Knight. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's what you want to do, friend. Maybe. Maybe it is. Phoenix. Again, the only Phoenix on the field right now are KINGBARCODEs. That's it. It's Stalkers for Scarlett thus far in this game. They tried to go for the all-in, and it didn't work. It was a fantastic hold, actually, by Team South, and that's, again, what the teamwork's all about here. All right, so trying to get on up. Blue Flames trying to break down this wall. Ling's trying to break down this wall. Some Stalkers trying to defend from Scarlett. Actually, Special has a Cloaked Banshee going to town here, too, so this might actually shut it down. No, the Lings got in. The Lings got in, lifting some of these Stalkers of the Phoenix. I don't know if that's what you want to do versus Stalkers, Phoenix. Yeah, get out of there. Get the heck on out of there. Oh, Best Zerg got some links into. Oh, man. NoRegret's going to lose its expansion. Forcing a cancel on that expansion. Blue Flame Hellions from PracticeX getting over here in Stephano's corner of the map. And you know what? Turns out Link's not that great against Blue Flame Hellions. Banshee here at Knight's base. But again, the Spore Crawler Queen combo is pretty great against a single Banshee. Not much to worry about in that one. And links from Best Zerg somehow still around. Still here. At least until they're not. Is this actually... Oh, man. This is KINGBARCODE trying to fly around and doing stuff. Might be a little bit too arrogant. Losing a couple Phoenix by flying over some Blink Stalkers. They're really good anti-air, you guys. Really good anti-air. Knight stringing in with his Lings. This has kind of been a solo game for Team South. I wouldn't say everybody's working together, but at the same time, they're managing to find damage. Which is how you want to do it. If you can find damage, you're in a good spot. Is this? Oh, this has been walled off with a missile turret. It was open for about 10 seconds. Special shut that down pretty darn easily. Trying to get rid of Cyclones. As Phoenix, maybe? It's kind of working out. You could probably kill this Queen if you wanted. Killing an Overlord seems fine too. Going to supply block. The Zerg player, NoRegret, does supply block him. 26 out of 22 available supply. And Raven's in production for special. Okay, so things have slowed down. Things have calmed down a little bit here in game number 4. Team South has definitely been the aggressor for the last 2 or 3 minutes, though, although that might be at an end. Infestation Pit coming up for NoRegret. Really no surprise there. Roach is in production for Best Zerg. Roachwarren coming up for Knight, but he's a little bit behind his buddy here. Stephano Sloverlord picked out of the sky by the Phoenix. Again, Phoenix count. The sky is owned right now by Barcode. He's making carriers. What is even that? I guess Stalkers. Stalkers are going to be your anti-carrier, is what they're going to have to be. No upgrades at all, except for the Blink, which they do have for Scarlett. And again, both teams just sort of hanging out. Right now. So Team North, I don't know what they do against Sky Toss. I mean, Stalkers, maybe in a straight-up battle, can do something, but with all this stuff on the ground, the Roaches, the Lings, all of these very good against the Stalker, especially if they don't have any upgrades at all. Are they actually, +1 attack is being researched, but it's a little ways off. And yeah, as somebody said in chat, Scarlett's on 1 base. She's trying to expand. She's trying to expand on this left side, but she hasn't been able to do it so far. This is insanity. Phoenix, again, flying way too close to the Stalker for comfort. Losing another one there. Kablooey! Can't believe how passive these guys are being. They've been super aggressive for the first 3 games, and all of a sudden game 4 hits. So I guess Old Estate was a pretty slow game, too. I don't know, man. Some Hellions pushing out here from Special, killing a Changeling. That's one of my favorite death animations, is Changelings when they die. Blah, they wave their arms about in panic. And blorp, just fall over. Very fun indeed. All right, so Scarlett trying to hang on to the space on the left side, taking her 2nd base of the day. Going for a 3rd is NoRegret. And down south, a lot of bases here, actually, for Team South. Everybody on 2 at least. 3 of the 4 are on 3 bases, so that's good. And here's some good teamwork. Roach, Ravager, good tank support from PracticeX, and some carriers in Phoenix from Barcode. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be very, very strong right now. Good look at army supply. 82, 120, 118, 141 for Team South. Looks very good indeed. Just going for it, man. Are there any tanks actually for Special? No! He went Thors instead. Oh, I don't know about this. Corrosive Vials getting thrown down, hitting mostly his own units here. Which is not that great. Parasitic Bomb being used on the Phoenix, trying to split those as best as he can. Stalkers trying to defend against this Roach Ravager push. I cannot believe they're just going right up this ramp. Going up ramps is generally frowned upon in StarCraft, but hey, actually using Corrosive Vial to kill force fields, that's amazing. And NoRegret with a good game. Whoa, NoRegret taps out. Everybody else on his team goes too, and Team South manages to tie the series 2 games, 2-2 after 4 games. Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. No regret. What did you see, man? What did you have? Nothing. Literally 16 lings. Okay. That's fair, I guess. 19 stalkers for Scarlett. Tank for special. Yeah, man. His tank count needed to be higher to deal with this big ground Roach Ravager army. I guess he wanted the Thors to deal with the carriers, but if you get overrun by these guys before you can even attack the carriers, it's going to be a bad time. It's going to be a bad time indeed. Okay, that's it for game 4. Guess what we're doing, guys? We're doing a game, a best of 3 now. A best of 3. Whoever wins 2 of the next 3 games is your winner. I know you think, again, you just watched a lot of StarCraft, but no. Nope, it's a best of 3 you've tuned into. So we'll check out game number 5 of the best of 7 from Falcon Paladin in just a second. Game number 5 of this best of 7, or, if you'd rather, game number 1 of the best of 3, will be held on Troizinia, the latter edition. And let's introduce these guys again. In the top left-hand corner, we've got the blue Terran player Special, the pink Protoss player Scarlett, the red Zerg player NoRegret, and the green Zerg player Stephano. And in the bottom right, anybody race switch this time? Blue Terran player PracticeX. Nah, there we go. Breast Zerg, blue Protoss, KINGBARCODE. Well, purple rather. And then the orange Zerg player Knight. So this time he's a different color, but he is definitely still Zerg. All right, so Troizinia. Have I ever cast a game on this map before? I don't think I have, but I played on it a few times, and it's a big one. As you can see, again, rush distance is very, very long, which can lead to longer games. This kind of reminds me of Megaton a little bit, actually. The tile set, the way it's set up here. All right, what are the ways in? Backdoor here you got to worry about. Let's see, you got to worry about this attack path there, and these here. Yeah, there's a lot of ways in, man. There's a lot of ways in. Ah, Stephano threw out the good luck, have fun. He knows how dire this is. Losing this game means you're 1 game away from being done. That's it. You just got to lose twice more, and everybody's already lost twice. It's not like they're looking at this saying, I can't possibly lose 2 games. Even Team North here is not saying that. They have to be aware that, yeah, this team is good enough to beat us twice. They can do it again. They can beat us twice. That's all it takes. So, a really, really pivotal Game 5 here. They usually are. Statistically, the winner of Game 5 in a best of 7 goes on to win it 86% of the time. Okay, I made that up. That's a stat. I've heard similar stats from the NBA, where they have best of 7 playoff series. I am a pretty big NBA fan. And it just seems like Game 5 is pivotal. If you have to win the last 2 games in a row in a best of 7 to win the whole thing, it's hard. Although for a while in the NBA, at least the NBA Finals, the last 2 games were going to be on somebody's home court. So the home team, if they needed to win those last 2, they could. It would be easier to do on the home court. But actually, in recent years, the Finals have changed to a 2-2-1-1-1 format where you go home, away, home. So you don't get those 2 games in a row. And it does make it a little bit harder to come back from situations that perhaps are a little bit difficult that you find yourself in. Of course, the fact that it's a 2-2-1-1-1 means you don't have those 3 games in a row away from your home court that you could possibly drop a couple in, but whatever. Anyway, you don't care about NBA formatting for their playoffs. We're here to watch some StarCraft. Baneling Nest. We've got a Stargate. We have 2 Stargates from Barcode. Phoenix production has already begun, so that means there's already a Stargate for Scarlett. And some Zerglings heading from the top left to the bottom right. And some Zerglings from the bottom right to the top left by Knight. So we're going to see some Ling on Ling action. Everybody's favorite thing to watch is Ling on Ling action. Right? That's why you signed up to watch this, is because I hope there's Zergling versus Zergling stuff. That's my favorite. Yes, I know. I know. That's why I cast this. I was aware there's a lot of Ling versus Ling battles. Okay, sarcasm aside. Oh, Knight's orange now. Why do they keep changing colors? It's so hard to keep track of. Yep, chaos. Just chaos there. Link decide not to engage with Roaches and Queens and Phoenix and Lings and Banelings here from NoRegret. So Knight deciding to pull back instead. This is a lot of Lings, a lot of Speedlings for this early in the game. Very difficult to hold, but also it's an expenditure of a lot of drones too. Yeah, look at this. Just lifting and killing some of these guys. Poor Zerglings. That's not what they signed up for. They didn't sign up to be killed in mid-air whilst hovering in mid-air. That's not what anybody is into, I don't think. Is that what people are into? Rip, says Knight. Yeah, man. Wait, did he... Hold on. Where does Lings go? Must find his Lings. Here they are. And they just ran into a couple Banelings from NoRegret. Yeah, man, that's Rip. You've lost 825 resources, and nobody else has lost more than 150. That was not good. That was not a good maneuver. Not a good sign for Team South to lose that many Lings this early. And look at them smelling blood. Team North coming at them with Lings and Hellions and some Phoenix support, too, from Scarlett. Yeah, the Lings are in. Getting us surrounded. The Blue Flame is done for PracticeX. Dang, son. Blue Flame Hellions, I know where his gas is going. It's going to Phoenix player here. He just needs that Blue Flame, that sweet, sweet Infernal Pre-Igniter. That's all he's into. And actually going home is special here. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like that many Blue Flame Hellions against these Lings, and then the Hellions by themselves. Yeah, not enough. Not enough. Special does not have Infernal Pre-Igniter, but he is working on it, according to that production tab in the top left. Zelniga Watchtowers being held here on Troizinia 1 and 2, being held by Team South. Just so they have a little bit more... Okay, I guess not the left one anymore. But, again, the more information you have in these team games, the better. There's so much pinging. Oh, backdoor. Backdoor attack. Stephano trying to take his third base up on this right side. No, say the Roaches. How about you don't do that? Forcing a cancel. Drone gets killed too. Zerg, he's got that +1 missile attack. Zerg NA likes his Roaches. I think he's gone Roach every game so far, and he's good with them. Kind of reminds me of Idra that way. I mean, they're going to run into a bit of a brick wall here with some defensive Roaches and Ravagers from Stephano, and once again, Scarlett's Phoenix kind of have to clean stuff up. She's just flying around, making sure that stuff doesn't get out of hand in random places. But those of you who are new to the StarCraft scene might not know who Idra is. He is known for two things. One, for his somewhat ragey attitude in StarCraft. He didn't have the best manner, let's just say that, when he competed against people. And the other thing is, he was the person to come up with the Roach Max back in the Wings of Liberty beta. Roaches, for a while in the beta, were one supply. And 200 Roaches was a lot of Roach. And he won a lot of games in the beta with that. And StarCraft, well, Blizzard said, yeah. David Kim specifically said, that's not balanced. And made it 2. It's been 2 ever since. So the reason Roaches are 2 health, or 2 supply rather, is because of Idra. I mean, somebody else would have figured it out, but he was definitely the first one. And he is very known for his macro style of Zerg. So it was likely he was going to be the guy to figure that out. He hasn't been around for a while, but... he was influential. Influential, nevertheless, in the game of the StarCrafts. All right. Bit of a Roach attack here again at NoRegret. NoRegret going to lose a hatch as well. Stephano and NoRegret losing hatches. Broodling's getting roasty toasty. You think roasted broodling tastes good? I guess they're getting burned to an ash there, though. And anything burned to an ash is not going to be delicious. That is a principle of cooking. If it is ash, it is gross. No matter if it's the most expensive cut of filet mignon, if you cook that to an ash, you're done. No one's going to want that. No one's going to eat it. I know, cooking tips with Falcon Paladin. You didn't expect to find cooking tips when you clicked on this today, did ya? No. No, you absolutely did not. Not even the teeniest or tiniest of bits. What, the burrow move? Best Zerg's got the burrow move, Roaches. All right, man, what you got here? He's going to not pop up here because Stephano has a ton of Roaches and Ravagers waiting for that. But maybe once, I don't know who's got... Oh, man, he's got him in Stephano's main, too. And... oh, did he see those? I don't know if he saw those. But these ones have popped up and are killing stuff. Oh, snap, there's stuff in the NoRegret's main base. This is his main. Absolutely it is. Queen ends up going down. Roaches burrowing. Nope, Overseer sees these ones. These guys retreating as well. These Roaches getting lifted, but I'm going to say not actually killed. They are actually killed. Oh, man. And Knight comes over to Scarlett's attempt at getting a third base and just shuts this Nexus down, too, forcing that cancel. Losing some probes. Long-distance mining in the wrong neighborhood. Interesting. Interesting Zerg aggression thus far. And look at this Phoenix Flux from Barcode. Are you kidding me? 27 compared to 27 for Scarlett. Okay, so we're even with our crazy, crazy high Phoenix counts. Is there a limit? We probably don't want to max out on Phoenix, but boy howdy, are they going nuts with them. Nevertheless. Take a look at the resources lost here. 800, 1250, 700, 2600 for Team North. A full 3450 for Best Zerg. 500, 1700, and 25. Wow, KINGBARCODE has lost 25 resources so far. That's insanity. That is not very much at all. Monroe, you and me on top. Oh, who's McMonroe? Who? It's going to be Best Zerg. Okay, it is Best Zerg. Good. I was right. I mean, it was an educated guess. It's just nice to know that it was actually correct. Okay, so meching it up is Practice. He's got tanks. He's got Thors. He has +1 attack. Bunch of Roaches and Ravagers joining the party. The Hellbats are here, though. Hellbat transformation from PracticeX. And NoRegret's going to lose a base. Another base here. Going to go down to the aggression from Team South. Bunch of drones. Oh, these drones just popped, didn't they? Didn't they just pop? Are they going to make it out? These drones, one of them did, actually. Look at this guy go. Anyway, Crosobile's taking out a couple of the tanks of PracticeX. Hydra is joining the party for NoRegret, trying to come up from the backside and catch Team South a little bit unawares here. The mech from Special and the Hydra's mixed in, going for it, man. Huge engagement on the ground. The Blue Flame Hellbats, Blinding Cloud being tossed down on these tanks. I just feel like this is a stomping from Team North right now. Roaches from Night sneaking in to NoRegret's base, though, causing major problems at the same time. Actually, NoRegret coming back home to defend his own stuff. He cleaned up that army fairly well, and now he's available to help here too. And you know what? It might very well be enough. These Thors at the front do get picked off by the Ravagers here, but that's a lot of Hydra with Scarlett support here too, and fully retreating from this location is Knight with his Roaches. This base in trouble. I don't know. The Phoenix might be able to defend these Hydras. Dang. +1 missile attack on these Hydras. This base of BarCode, I think, is just going to die. These carriers can't engage with that. That is too many Hydra. Look at this. Look at this guy mixed in there. The male Ursadak, so confused. What? Am I in a mosh pit? What's going on right now? Don't actually know, dude. Yeah, but Phoenix versus Phoenix, trying to not get in range of the Hydras. Hydras just chomping at the Interceptors right now. How many Interceptors are there? 31 for the Skytoss army here. Coming from the top side, Roaches and Ravagers trying to get rid of these Hydras. Parasitic Bomb being tossed on top of the Phoenix of BarCode. The insanity right now. Roaches for Best Zerg doing pretty well on the ground forces. Again, with the help of Knight. And it looks like Team South manages to hold on and survive yet another day. Ooh, that was close. That was a very near thing indeed. How many Hydras are available? Is that NoRegret with the Hydras? It was. He's making 11. Well, got 11 more, making several more. Special trying to expand a little bit too close to Team South, and they take exception to that. Force a cancel on that one. Another Ursadak? Or Ursadak. Once again, where was that? Why are they making me part of their group? I'm not a Roach. I kind of look like a Roach, don't you? Kind of look like a Roach. Speaking of Roaches, Knight coming in to force another cancel on Scarlett's base and a cancel on NoRegret's base. Actually, no. Scarlett's base is fine. NoRegret's base, I don't know if it's going to survive, though. I'm going to have to look at that one. Major engagement over here, though. Blinding Cloud again being used with great effect by all these Vipers of Stephanos. Roaches pulling back, trying to regroup, trying to get into the... Oh, the tanks of PracticeX are just incredibly useful right now. Again, tanks as a support unit in 4v4 is just incredibly helpful. Thors from Special getting taken down by Roaches right in the front. There are lurkers out somewhere. I don't know where these lurkers happen to be. Ah, okay, so NoRegret has some lurkers. I don't know if they're burrowed at any location yet. Phoenix lifting and killing all of the tanks of PracticeX, though that was not good for Team South, but an excellent play by Scarlett. What else should we expect here? Just haphazardly and casually picking up an SCV. Building a command center. Roaches from Best Zerg up here trying to take out Stephano's attempt at a 4th base location 2. Hydras, lurkers, causing some problems for these Roaches of Team South, man. Lurkers so good against Roach. Here comes the Skytoss of BarCode, though. It is Skytoss versus Skytoss. The mothership of BarCode dies. Scarlett is keeping hers right now. The scans are pretty much consistent. Are there enough carriers from KINGBARCODE to do this thing? The ground army from Best Zerg actually looks really good, too, but at the same time, Stephano taking out Best Zerg's attempt at a base up at the right side location. A lot of unsafe base locations available right now. And it looks like BarCode is not going to continue pushing up here. Phoenix trying to bait him into it, right? Abducting a couple, oh, 3, 4, abducting 4, 5, 6 carriers! 7 carriers abducted, 8 carriers abducted! 9! 9 carriers abducted. 1 remaining for Barcode. Bruh. He says, bruh. Yeah, I don't know what else you say to that. What else do you say to that? That was just absolutely brutal. I mean, this Skytoss army is just killing it. The Viper support was incredibly useful too. Without the Vipers, they don't chase down those carriers and kill them, but they did have the Vipers. A bunch of Hydras and Lurkers just wandering into King Barcode's expansion here. I mean, this Team South is getting overrun, ladies and gentlemen. Sure, there's some Roaches trying to get rid of Scarlett's expansion down, forcing a recall, actually, which is kind of fun. And yeah, there's a lot of Roach and Ravager here from Best Zerg trying to do stuff too, but jeez, I don't know, a lot of bases dying. A lot of bases dying for Team South. And, okay, so base down for Stephano here. Roach on Roach. A lot of guys. A lot of guys from Stephano. Upgrades. +2 versus... Oh, no armor upgrades, actually, for Stephano. That's pretty useful. The Phoenix... Yeah, the Phoenix are trying to kill more of these guys, but the armor causing major problems for them. Not able to kill as many as they would like to be able to. Carrier group from KINGBARCODE killing some Ling attacks from NoRegret down here in the south location. And it looks like Stephano retreating. Yeah, pulling back. This Viper group, I don't think they have credit for kills necessarily, but boy, should they. I mean, those abducts were just devastating to that carrier group for Barcode. All right. We gotta push together, says Knight. We gotta work together, but it's so hard when there's attacks coming from 4 different locations at once from Team North. Stephano wondering as Roach is past a Thor Roach army, not the greatest thing in the entire universe to do. Lurker is trying to burrow in from NoRegret and kill some stuff if they can. Infestors from Knight on the ground, but the Infestors do up to go to the Lurker possibly. Nah, they manage to stay alive. They do manage to make it happen here. Tanks Splash and Hellbats getting picked up and killed by Phoenix. Good targets, actually. Good targets for the Phoenix to hit, considering the fact that they are indeed light units. Tanks, I mean, they're trying to do stuff, but where's the anti-air? Sure, the Thors are pretty great in that single target damage, but are there enough of them? I don't actually know. The Viper's not sure what they're doing here. Abducting, it looks like. Yeah, abducting in KINGBARCODE's carriers again. Just into the trash compactor. Oh, man. What a shellacking there, and that's a good game from Knight. Knight's out. Barcode's out. Best Zerg NA out as well, and Team South taps out. Team North gets the win. The all-important Game 5 goes to Team North here. It was a hard fought. It was 16 minutes. It was a lot of stuff, but it was not easy. I can tell you that much. Okay. I mean, let's move into Game 6. I think it's about time for Game 6. Solo casting this pretty much straight has not been maybe the best life decision I've ever made, but I'm having fun. So let's do it. Game 6 coming at you in just a second. Game number 6 of this best of 7 will be held on Forgotten Sanctuary. And let's see where the players are this time. In the top left corner of the map, we have the Red Terran player PracticeX, the Green Zerg player Best Zerg NA, the Blue Protoss player KINGBARCODE, and the Blue Zerg player Knight. In the bottom right-hand corner, the Yellow Zerg player, it's going to be NoRegret. We've got Special down here too, as well as Stephano. And then the Pink Protoss player Scarlett. So no crazy stuff. No crazy stuff, but look at the rush distance, you guys. There's your ramp. You go down, you go across a little bit, and there's your opponent's ramp. I mean, that is not that far at all. But as long as I have you, and as long as there's a bit of some downtime here, I would like to plug my Patreon, patreon.com/FalconPaladin. Great place to support StarCraft2 content. I'll also give you access to Far Cry 4 Let's Play videos for all those, well, co-op Let's Play, as well as Portal 2 Let's Play available out there. Everybody pledging at least $1 a month on patreon.com. $5 a month gives you access to Q&As from the Falcon Paladin. $10 a month, I'll cast your games. It just kind of goes up from there. But again, if you have the inclination or the ability to support me on Patreon, I would not say no to it. I would appreciate that show of love very much. And also, there's a podcast, the Falcon Paladin Hour. There's a link in the description. It is once a week with me and my Australian buddy Wade. We talk about StarCraft quite a bit. We also talk about TV shows, movies, books. Big discussion about Star Wars. Going to talk about Black Panther. Talk about the Oscars a little bit too. if we feel like it. I don't know. Do we care about the Oscars? StarCraft fans, you tell me. You tell me. All right, regardless, here we are in game number 6. Let's not lose track of what's going on here, because what's going on here is a lot of StarCraft action. Did you think this would get to 6 when you saw the teams in game 1? I'm going to be honest. I didn't think we'd get to game 6, but we did, and we're here, and that's all that really matters. Okay, now again, what I mentioned, the winner of game 5 just has to win 1 more, and the loser of game 5 has to win the remaining 2 games, 2 in a row. 2 games in a row versus these people. These people here on your screen. I don't know if I'd have the confidence to do it, but again, it helps if you think back, as this team is probably doing right now, and saying we beat them twice already. Let's do it again. Let's do it again, and perhaps do it again they will. That's why we're here. That's why we were watching, because that's why sports are great. You don't know who's going to win. This isn't scripted. There's no judges. There's no Russian judge to give you a low score on your figure skating routine. No. If you win, you win. That's it. No RNG here. This isn't Hearthstone. I cannot believe competitive Hearthstone is a thing. I don't get it. All right, so attack here from Knight coming up to Scarlett's front door. There's a couple Stalkers, but is there enough to make them go home? Yeah, there's enough to make them go home. Barcode Stalkers showing up too. Going to try to get this pylon. It's not Nartosis pylon, mind you, but major engagement of Lings and Hellions. Up here at the top, we're going to call this the top path, and this one the bottom path. Not quite on the bottom path, but wow, won that handily to Team North. Heading from the top to the south here. Some Stalkers from KINGBARCODE trying to break down the front door. Special to the aggression continuing, man. Roaches from Stephano defending along with Stalkers of Scarlett. So, I mean, Lings are pretty good in this situation. Lings against small numbers of Stalkers and Roaches, pretty amazing. Defensive Banelings from NoRegret, though. Going to be a bit of a problem for these Hellions, but PracticeX microing extremely well, not really allowing them to get connected here. Oh, nice job by Stephano, bringing his Roaches to this position where they can't be surrounded and forcing the Lings of Knight back there. Beautiful. Beautiful play from Stephano. That is why he is one of the world's best. It's just really no doubt about it. And one of the world's nicest StarCraft players, too. I want to interview that guy. Maybe we'll make it happen one day. Contact him over the Twitters. Suppose. Oh, Clem would be a fun interview, too. Why am I thinking about French players right now? It's on the mind. It's on the brain. I guess it's because Clem won the last Gauntlet Global Open that I cast last Sunday. That's probably what it is. 15 years old, you guys. He is the future of the game, that's for sure. All right. I mean, it's just chaos right now. We just have Lings, Banelings running around, Stalkers defending from Scarlett, Roaches defending from Stephano. I got tanks, says PracticeX. Let's go ahead and attack that left side. All right, says Knight. Let's go left side. A bit of an attack coming. Oh, a big old attack coming from Scarlett, actually. Stalkers, Lings from NoRegret, Banelings from NoRegret. Special got some Hellions in there, too. Oh, how do these... Oh, are these... Oh, my goodness. Barcode got Dark Templar. What? What did he go for DT? I don't know. But the blue flame's up for PracticeX. Banelings trying to get in here into Zerg NA's base. Nope, more Banelings. Baneling explosions. Not been that good, actually. Surprisingly, not that good. Lings coming in from Knight, trying to assist your Dark Templar and Zergling versus Stalker Roach. What is happening right now? This is working out so well. Yes, the shield battery is healing, but not fast enough. Absolutely not fast enough. That Roach group of Stephano just got absolutely obliterated from the map. PracticeX coming in with his blue flame Hellions too. Good lift. Oh, but the lift wasn't in time. I don't think it was. Lings are in. Lings are in from Team North. Here in NoRegret's base, Banelings, defensive Baneling trying to make stuff happen. Getting some decent hits off there, but Lings running into NoRegret's expansion. Two blue flame Hellions. Nope. Lings trying to take down this factory. Can't quite do it by themselves, especially not when there's a tank setting up. Get out of there, Zerglings. Yeah, that's what I thought. That is exactly what I thought. Are there still... No, PracticeX got some blue flame Hellions in, too. Do a lot more work. Oh, my goodness. NoRegret. How many workers do you have? 19. By far the least. I guess there are some people in the 20s, though, so it's not too bad. Could be worse. Suppose it, in fact, could be quite a bit worse. Roach Warren for the best Zerg NA. Deciding enough of these Lings. Time to go Roaches. That's my bread and butter. So Roach Spinecrawler defense here against Stalkers. Pretty big Roach swing from Stephano. 2 up at Knight's base. Tanks huge right now for PracticeX. Really big that he has these tanks. They're going to be all important in this upcoming battle, because I feel like there is going to be a battle. Blinking forward, aggressive blink forward. Here is Scarlett. Tank's good against everything that's being brought by Team South here. And they are forced to pull back just a little bit. Again, the tanks can't really get to them. Their range is so good. No Ravagers to hit them from distance either. So, yeah, deciding to pull on back. Just pull back. Live to fight another day. Got some sentries in case Ling attacks try to come in here. Can't really bring them out into the field, into the attacks, unfortunately. So everybody has 2 bases. Everybody's taken 2. Nobody's expanding beyond that. Nobody wants to go back here, which I find very interesting. Like, why would you not go back there? I don't know. Is it cursed? Is there like rocks or... No, just go up and walk across, and there's your base. But nobody... Oh, as I say, nobody's doing that. Stephano takes a hatch. Looks like Special wants to expand back there, too. So, all right, that's fair. Just maybe not as early as I wanted them to do. Okay, so Knight's got his roaches. How you doing, Best Zerg? He's got his roaches, his babies. He's got his roach babies for sure. Zelnaga Watchtowers. Southern one. Left one is being held by Team South. Team North? No. Team North is holding both of these. Major engagement here at this attempt at taking a gold base from Scarlett. Roaches and Blue Flame Hellbats. With Immortals from KINGBARCODE, actually. Dang. First Immortal attempt here. This is going to be really big. Immortal versus Roach and Tank is actually kind of fantastic. And here we go. Tanks on this high ground from Special, though. Going to be a huge problem for Team North, but they're just going for it, man. The Roach is wandering right up here. Immortal focusing these guys down from distance. Excellent job by Barco. The tanks are all gone. Roaches overrunning the position here. Perhaps the expansion timings were bad for Team South. Immortal only has 1 kill, but has been a huge thing, and that's it. NoRegret taps out. Special follows Scarlett. Gone to... wait, who's... Special wants to hang around? No, Special tapped out. Special, Scarlett. NoRegret, Stephano. Stephano wants to play. Stephano wants to keep playing. He's holding this left side by himself right now. His teammates like, dude, Stephano. Allons-y. Come on. This one's over. You can't win if we're not here. I mean, yeah, and there we go. He's gone. Stephano, man, holding on. Gotta respect the strength on display there. Okay. Whew. Okay, well, Team North, man, forcing a Game 7 for us today. Game 6 goes to them. The Immortal production, I feel, was very, very big. The Roach tech switch from Best Zerg, excellent too. Perhaps these expansions were ill-timed for Team South. If they could have gotten them and held this attack, major benefits. But as it stood, they were just short the units they needed to hold on. That was it. So Game 7, the all-important rubber match of Game 7 is coming at you very soon. Can you feel it? Can you feel it in your bones? A Game 7 coming your way? I hope you can, because it is in just a second. Game 7 of this best of 7 4v4 will be held on Rooftop Terrace, a map we've seen before, but that's okay. In the top section of the map, we've got a team that has 3 wins, represented by Scarlett, NoRegret, Special, and Stephano. And in Team South, a team that also has 3 wins. It's going to be Best Zerg NA. It's going to be PracticeX. It's going to be KINGBARCODE. And it's going to be Knight. Playing Zerg again. Just had that one bit of a dally with Protoss. Don't mind me, just going Protoss. Zerg now. Zerg forever, man. Using an assimilator of KINGBARCODE to get that gas up. Using a refinery PracticeX to get his gas is Best Zerg NA. Again, Rooftop Terrace, pretty rushy map. Really big things to wall off. Really hard to wall off. Especially... well, I don't know. Actually, it kind of works. Although the Scarlet's not bothering to wall off here. So this looks like a good place to attack for Team South. And everywhere is a good place to attack for Team North. Because there is... oh, there is walling. I was going to say, KINGBARCODE has decided to put his warping in wherever he wants abilities to good use. And by wherever he wants, I mean, anywhere you can. Which... yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Whew, it is late, you guys. It is late. I did not think this best of 7 would take so long to cast. And again, solo casting, and again, a 4v4 at the pro level is probably one of the hardest things I've ever done in the casting world. You could probably ask Artosis and Tasteless what the hardest thing they've ever had to do is. And I mean, Tasteless might say something about the first time he ever live casted StarCraft. It was kind of on a whim. Have you heard this story? He and Day9, they're brothers, by the way. Tasteless and Day9 are brothers. If you probably knew that if you're a StarCraft fan at all. But anyway, they were in, Malaysia or something at a StarCraft2 event, or a StarCraft event, sorry, Brood War event. And StarCraft had hired somebody to cast the game who obviously knew nothing about the game. Like, literally nothing about the game. And so after the first couple of matches that he cast, the audience is kind of like, what is going on? This guy doesn't know what Marines are. He doesn't understand even what the units are called. Like, it was really bad. It was really bad. And Tasteless had gotten knocked out and said, hey, why don't I give it a try? So he went up there and cast, and he was great, and the rest is history. So, I mean, that might have been pretty darn stressful, honestly. Just being the first time you ever cast StarCraft, being in front of people at a major pro event, and just being like, yeah, man, I can do this. And he did. And the rest is history, as I said. I think I said that once already, but it's midnight where I am, so forgive me. Forgive me. Meanwhile, Speedlings are here from Nightman. Speedlings here from Night. Speedlings here from Bessergan A. Oh my goodness gracious. No regrets in a horrible situation. Gonna lose his queen. Drones fighting. You never want to see drones fighting. That is not what they're built for at all. Gonna lose. It's gonna lose his Baneling Nest. Probably gonna lose his Baneling Nest. Drones trying to flee over to Scarlett's side of the base here. Where are you guys? Where aren't you helping? I don't know. Stephano and Special are just asleep right now. Hellion trying to deal with these lings by himself, but no, he dead. Stalker's dead. Probes trying to fight. Drones trying to fight, but it's not looking very good at all for Team North. A lot of probes are falling. A lot more lings showing up here. Stalkers showing up from KINGBARCODE. It is an absolutely sick all-in from Team South right now. Is this gonna work? Ladies and gentlemen, I do not know, but oh, Scarlett is down to a handful of probes. The shield battery's up. That's gonna help. Going to help quite immensely, actually, but PracticeX is still here with Hellions. Knight is still here with Zergling. The shield battery's out of energy, so no more healing, as it turns out here. Stephano trying to come over with some roaches and some slowlings to try to shut this thing down, but Scarlett, they absolutely targeted Scarlett's kill first. She has nothing left. Scarlett is down. No Regret is down. Scarlett has a probe at a natural base. It's going to die. No Regret has a couple drones hiding in the right-hand corner. They absolutely just took the right side of the top section of the map out of the game with that attack. I mean, is that it? Is it that fast? 2 workers and 2 workers for Scarlett and No Regret. Stephano losing drones too. I am at a loss for words right now. How is this happening in the game 7? Roaches trying to get rid of KINGBARCODE Stalkers. They're drawing the roaches away here, but meanwhile, Blue Flame Hellions versus Blue Flame Hellions. Special versus PracticeX. Is it going to be enough? I don't actually know. And yeah, maybe it's not over. Perhaps it's not over, but man alive, that income is just got to be plummeting right now. Yeah, I mean, there's almost nothing for those 2 players, but I don't know, Maybe Team South sacrificed enough of their stuff to where their work account isn't super healthy either, but everybody's on 2 base. Everybody's on 2 base. Worker count looking okay for the Zerg players here, and that's a regroup, says Knight. Okay, we're going to regroup. Scarlett trying to get out of there with a recall. Loses a Stalker before she can. Roaches from Stephano may have overextended a tiny bit as they get pinned against the corner. And destroyed too. Okay, man. Again, the teamwork on display here from Team South is just something to behold. All right, so Stephano heading up that way. Specials here, trying to defend against Blue Flame. Hellions, Stalkers joining the party. Scarlett somehow has 5 Stalkers, you guys. Where'd you get 5 Stalkers? I don't know. She's magic, is what it is. But the Lings, the Lings can't surround these Stalkers. It's going to be problematic. Okay, that's it. Stalkers are dead. Maybe they're hiding behind this Baneling Nest, which is pretty good stuff here. Stalkers from KINGBARCODE trying to push up here too. Nope, Stalker's gone. No Regret once again in a ridiculous sticky situation. The sticky situation being having no workers. I mean, no workers. He's droning up here at his natural base, but these Lings, man, Scarlett trying to make Stalkers against this Ling pressure. I mean, what else are you going to do? Maybe Adepts, I guess, but Blue Flame Hellions are out, and they're really good against Adepts. Really good. Special losing SCVs now at his natural base location. Stephano doesn't have much going on at his natural base location. Knight is shutting it down to Scarlett, and NoRegret's attempts at expanding too. NoRegret down to almost nothing at this point. Scarlett, yes, the shield battery is good, but no, special GT's out. Oh, Best Zerg NA throwing out the shade. Easy, he says to his allies. Scarlett's out too. Easy, 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 says Best Zerg NA. He is stoked. He is stoked about this win. KINGBARCODE wandered a Dark Templar into Special's base. And that's it. Team North taps out. Knight, PracticeX, Best Zerg NA, and KINGBARCODE are your winners of this best of 7 4v4 at the pro level. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I don't know that I can believe it. I mean, I saw it. I casted it. I saw it with my own eyes. So I'm going to say that I believe it. These Dark Templar from KINGBARCODE. What a cherry on top of the sundae of this win. I don't know that it mattered that much. I mean, what was left for Team North here? 2 tanks, a bunch of Hellions, 14 Roaches for Stephano, 3 Lings for NoRegret, and actually some Dark Templar. Oh, just kidding. That's, yeah, Scarlett has nothing. Literally nothing from Scarlett. That unit's tab is empty. But yeah, I mean, there wasn't a lot here. And as far as detection was concerned, any missile turrets for Team North? Any spore crawlers, cannons? No. Nope, no detection. Just the scans. Just the scans, and not enough energy to scan. Wow. Good job. Good job, boys. McMonroe and his team manages to beat a team of players who are big-time names in the StarCraft2 scene, and what a series it was. I hope you enjoyed watching it, because I had a blast casting it. Again, probably the biggest challenge of my StarCraft2 casting career. So much stuff going on. But 3 years now. 3 years that I've been doing this, and I hope I've developed some kind of casting skill to be able to handle it, and I think I did. I think I did. All right. Thanks again to McMonroe for uploading the replays. Thanks again to the random subscriber of mine who brought this to my attention on Reddit. And yeah, that's going to be it from me. So go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook and Patreon, all at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.